Indian voters have fragmented the political map. The 2026 state assembly elections delivered a series of sharp, localized verdicts that defied any single unifying national trend. Across 5 distinct zones, Assam, Kerala, Puducherry, Tamil Nadu, and West Bengal, the electorate voted on strictly regional logic. Voters are explicitly decoupling local governance from central narratives. They are punishing incumbents in the East and South while rewarding administrative continuity in the Northeast. To parse what these outcomes actually mean, we have to look past the political rhetoric. We need to examine the systemic mechanics of these campaigns, the statistical shifts, and the physical infrastructure that secured the vote. For institutional investors and policy researchers, these regional power dynamics dictate market stability, infrastructure timelines, and regional fiscal health. This graphic highlights the logistical footprint of the 2026 elections. The mandate was contested across 824 individual assembly constituencies. Within those 824 seats lies demographic complexity. The structural breakdown requires allocating distinct resources for general constituencies, alongside those reserved for scheduled castes and scheduled tribes. Processing this volume of civic participation requires mobilizing millions of citizens through controlled physical corridors over a matter of hours. Managing this administrative volume without systemic failure is the baseline requirement. If the underlying mechanics of the vote collapse, the results lose their institutional legitimacy. Understanding this macro scale puts the results into perspective. The power shifts did not happen in a vacuum. They were processed through an immense, regulated logistical machine. This split-screen chart illustrates the scale of the regime change in West Bengal. The incumbent All India Trinamool Congress fell to 81 seats, while the Bharatiya Janata Party captured 206, securing a legislative majority. This transition mirrors the 2011 elections, where a long-term incumbent was unseated and legislative control shifted to a new majority. In Tamil Nadu, as seen in these crowds elevating portraits of leader Vijay, the electorate dismantled a decades-old bipolar political system. Voters elevated his newly formed TVK party over the legacy DMK and AIA-DMK machines. This chart visualizes an immediate structural risk. By securing roughly 107 to 109 seats, TVK falls short of an absolute majority. This forces a reliance on smaller regional parties, which can complicate policy execution. Both states rejected legacy structures. However, West Bengal delivered a unified mandate, while Tamil Nadu's fragmented result creates a different environment for industrial policy and infrastructure planning. Kerala provided a sharp corrective vote. The state broke its historical cycle of alternating governments, delivering a 99-seat sweep to the UDF and rejecting the incumbent LDF. Assam presents the opposite logic, captured here by the state's chief minister, Himanta Biswa Sarma. There, the electorate rewarded the incumbent BJP-led alliance, choosing the continuity provided by his administration. Puducherry mirrored this trend of stability. The Union Territory retained its current NDA alliance, granting them 18 seats to clear the 16-seat majority threshold. Beneath these contrasting victories lies a shared tension. Across all these regions, candidates campaigned on expansive local welfare promises that will increase state expenditures. Whether voting for an overhaul or strict continuity, the electorate has forced incoming administrations into a difficult position, executing public promises while navigating fiscal realities. Managing these divergent mandates requires an institutional framework built for external verification. Without transparent oversight, tight margins and volatile shifts risk triggering institutional disputes. Here we see the e-Senat platform. This interface centralized voter registration, candidate tracking, and polling logistics into a single digital backbone. The platform embedded the C-Vigil system, enabling citizens to report model code of conduct violations directly from smartphones to enforcement teams. This node illustrates the requirement for 100% webcasting. The Commission mandated real-time video monitoring inside and outside every polling station to secure the physical voting locations. This digital infrastructure removed the invisibility of local polling. By recording and centralizing data in real time, the system neutralized traditional methods of localized manipulation. This enforcement bulletin reveals the financial protocols used to secure the vote. The RBI was directed to restrict cash flow to designated vehicles and hours, choking the movement of funds used for voter inducement. Item 14 outlines the fail-safe for the tabulation process, the mandatory physical counting of VV-PAT slips in any instance where digital EVM data produces a mismatch. This is the physical manifestation of that rule. The VV-PAT window provides a printed confirmation slip that matches the digital input, providing an auditable paper trail. Enforcement agencies integrated these protocols across local police, state transport, and excise departments, monitoring highways and rail routes. The power shifts of 2026 were verified by this intersection of digital monitoring and physical enforcement, providing a firm basis for public acceptance of the results. We now have a picture of both the localized electoral logic and the logistical machinery that delivered it. We can synthesize this data into an analytical framework. This matrix charts the 5 election zones based on their resulting structural stability versus their level of political disruption. For analysts, the directives are specific. Monitor Tamil Nadu for coalition fragility, track West Bengal for aggressive policy transitions under its new mandate, and look to Assam for infrastructure acceleration. Navigating these localized realities requires precision. Talk Your Property Consultancy utilizes this institutional data to map regional power dynamics and protect capital deployment. The 2026 mandates demonstrate that while the Indian electorate is fracturing into localized realities, the institutional machinery processing that vote is more centralized and technologically advanced than in previous cycles.